Hello everybody, Storm here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online, Heavensward. In the last episode, we ran through the vaults, trying to reach the Archbishop to keep the Heavensward distracted while Alphino and Hilda and others went to break Sir Emmerich out of prison to prevent him from being executed for heresy. So that is what we did. We had to fight through various members of the Heavensward, the personal guard of the Archbishop himself, who were transforming themselves using a power not unlike that was used by Lady Iceheart to transform into Shiva. So most likely there is some form of summoning involved there. We got through all of there. We came across the Archbishop, who hopped on an airship bound for somewhere called Aziz La. And as we were trying to prevent him from getting aboard the airship, one of the other members of the Heavensward fired a giant bolt of energy directly at our back. The knight who we've been working with for quite some time now, Harshafont, jumped in front of the bolt, tried to block it with his shield. Unfortunately, it blew through the shield and then through him, fatally wounding him. So he ended up dying there, which is unfortunate. So, after kind of dealing with the aftermath of that, we now have to go check up on Sir Emmerich, who did not look like he was doing very well. In that scene at the end of that dungeon, looked like he was dealing with some form of injury as a result of his imprisonment. So we're going to have to check up on him and see how he's doing. But now that we are level 58, we have access to our next samurai story quest, which we're probably going to go ahead and do now, because this is a fairly good point, I think, to go ahead and do that. We're just kind of dealing with the aftermath of the last major story event, so I think this is as good a place as any to take a bit of a diversion to see what we need to do here. Let's see. Tears in the Snow is over there in the broom. Okay. So let's head over there and see what we need to do for the next quest for the samurai storyline. It won't let me jump off of there. There we go. Oh, right. They're up by the Forgotten Knight. And as we've noticed for the last several one of these quests, oh, I'm blanking on his name. Well, I'll see in a minute. Musosai, that's right. Hasn't exactly been looking very healthy, so we'll see how that pans out. Alright. Alright, a heartrending rumor has blown Momozigo's way, and Musosai has a mind to delve into it. Alright. Ah, Ayame, your aura does not lie. You've grown stronger still. Since embarking upon your journey, you have made remarkable progress. Ere long, you will be a fully fledged samurai. But on to our mission. As we scoured the snow-swept stones and pillars of this city for evil, Momozigo came upon a disturbing rumor. It's just awful, Ayame. A staged tragedy played out in real life. A young couple threw themselves off a cliff in the Western Highlands. As I hear it, the two were sweethearts from low-born families, but the girl had the ill luck of being fancied by a young nobleman. This Honfraint tried to force them apart, and he hounded them so badly that they decided to end it. 2 innocent lives lost, and why? Because some lordling had to think with his member. He must be punished, I tell you. Heartrending as this rumor is, rumors are no basis for punishment. We must ascertain the truth of the matter. Let us begin by making inquiries of the couple in the bloom. It's the broom. Alright. So let's see if we can find people who are willing to talk to us, which hasn't always been a very successful thing down here. Alright, so here, Lonely Lowborn. The young couple what hurled themselves off a cliff. A right tragedy, and no doubt, but it seems odd they go all the way to the Western Highlands to do it. No shortage of places to fall off from around here. Interesting comment. Alright, there's a listless lowborn, and we have a leery lowborn down there. Alright, let's talk to the listless one. Alright, of course I heard about the poor buggers. Their luck ran out when Hauntfraint took a fancy to the girl. He's a greedy bastard, just like his father. Lord, oh my god. Drancho? And the Fury forbid you get in the way of what he wants. Alright, leery lowborn. Folk are saying suicide, but I ain't convinced. Knew both of them well. I did, and they're not the sort to just give up on life, let alone each other. So you suspect foul play. Alright, so... let's see what Musosai has to say. So a cloud of suspicion hangs over the suicide. It bears further investigation, but first things first, Momozigo has vanished yet again. But wait, let's talk it over. Help me. Okay, Momozigo appears to be in trouble. Momozigo, he's in trouble. Call me, Yame. Alright, let's see what's going on over here. This button is from Momozigo's garment, but he is nowhere to be seen. This bodes ill. That little fella, was he your friend? He was asking me about the suicides, and some men bundled him up and carried him off. I hope he'll be alright. It seems plain that there are those who take unkindly to our investigation. The time for caution is past. Let us confront this Ornifrond himself. He was recently sighted near the Fast Fiddle on the level above. The Fast Fiddle? I'm not even sure what that is. I know it's a mispronunciation of something. Let's see. The Last Vigil. Okay. Let's teleport ourselves over there. Alright, there is Hauntfraint. What's he up to? Go away. Let me die in peace. If you wish to throw your life away, we will not stop you, but first, answer me something and clear your conscience. Our companion was seized by unknown men while investigating the recent suicides, and it seems there is more to the incident than rumors would have us believe. Tell us, what truly happened? I tried to break them apart, that much is true. but they didn't kill themselves. I brought her to the manor late one night, and she learned things she wasn't supposed to know. Learned how my father was dealing illicitly in furite. I implored Father to overlook it, tried to convince him that she wouldn't talk, but he refused to listen. He ordered them taken to the Western Highlands, and they were, oh gods, I loved her, I truly did. As for your friend, I fear they mean to silence him too, at the Black Iron Bridge, like they did the others. We thank you for your honesty, and shall bother you no more, but know this, you are still young. You have all the time in the world to begin anew, to make amends, unlike this tired old man. We have a moment to waste. To Slack Eye on Bridge, Ayame. Alright, Black Iron Bridge it is. Which is out in the Western Highlands. So we'll head to Falcon's Nest and fly over there. Alright, so where exactly are we headed? Okay, so this is a good direction. Alright. Got a pretty nasty blizzard going on here. Appears to be our culprits. Let's go ahead and get our chocobo ready to go. We'll do the AoE thing. Alright, there we are. Almost go. Gods, that was close. I thought I was a dead Lalafell. Forgive me my delay. The deep snow makes you work for every step. So you are the heartless cur who stole 2 innocent young lives? It is over. Surrender yourself. Like hell's it's over. Mistake me not for one of those useless mercenaries. Not a shred of remorse. Lowlier than a mindless beast. Such evil cannot be suffered. Our work here is Musosai. I've not come this far to fall here. Worry not, my friends. 'Twas but a dizzy spell. Now then, I believe we visited all the major cities of Eorzea. Momozigo, you have been a fine guide and companion both. I'm grateful for your help. All that remains is to find Kogarashi and deliver unto him his reckoning. Ayame, in the course of righting wrongs across land, you have become a great samurai, one whose skills rival even those of Kogarashi. There is little and less left for me to teach you. I thank the Kami for blessing me with such a fine pupil. Come, my friends, let us return to the city and find a place to warm ourselves. Alright, we need to head back to Ishgard. Teleport ourselves back to Foundation. Alright, so head back to the broom. Most likely back to the balcony there. Yep, there's Momozigo. Ayame, thank the gods you're here. It's Musasai. He collapsed again as soon as we entered the gates. He's resting at the inn right now, but the Karujin, he said the old man is ill, gravely ill. He hasn't long left, so I wonder he could even draw his katana. All this time he's been pushing on by sheer force of will, punishing evildoers across the land, even saving my hide. What is it that drives him on? Why does he go to such lengths to find this Kogarashi character? The old man won't breathe a word on the matter, but there must be some reason. If only we knew, we could finish his duty in his stead. For now, there is naught to do but keep watch over him. I'll see to that, so you needn't worry. If there's a change, you'll be the very first to know. Alright, so our next quest is going to be at level 60. Alright, with that out of the way, that got us a new ability, Merciful Eyes. Oh, let me move these emotes off somewhere. Let's see. Rearrange things a little bit. Alright, because we're going to be heading towards our Knights Most Heavenly to speak with Sir Emmerich. Let's see, what does this do? Let me get it somewhere where I can actually have it on screen. Actions and traits. There we are. Merciful Eyes. Instantly restore one... I think it's instantly restores own HP. Cure potency 200. Varies with the current attack power. Reduces enmity by 20%. Can only be executed while under the effect of open eyes. Which I think is something from Third Eye. Here. Additional effect grants open eyes when hit. Okay, so if we take a hit and we get the open eyes effect from Third Eye, then allows us to use this ability to cure ourselves. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. Alright, so let's head in here and go have a chat with Sir Emmerich. An audience with Lord Commander? Yes, yes, of course. Alright, there's Estinian, Alphino, Emmerich, and Lucia.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The Founding. The Scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatoskr, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreysvelgr did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all-too fleeting life, must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thordan's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
This is your solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
I've given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Sir Zephyrin struck down Lord Haurchefant was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable!
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
Alright, here we go. Mistress Yotsurugi, Master Alphino, I, Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends? Your aid in bringing him to justice? Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetuated. No more. I shall pursue him to the end of the world if I must. Life for death, I will have Sir Zephyr's heart for what he did to Haurchefant. Or I just say nothing. I think I'll go with the second option. Yes, of course. You two are close, I know. Much has changed since our Order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heavensward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then Ayame and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an Archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force for stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Needhog's death did not mark the cessation of Dravanian hostilities. Far from it. We will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Emmerich. To my dying breath, I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Ayame, Master Alphino, pray attend me outside. Very well, with me, Ayame, I believe we have much to discuss. Alright, you say you want a revolution. Achievement unlocked. Alright. Alright, let's have a chat with Lucia here. The Solil was eastward bound, so I sent word to Camp Cloudtop to, on the off chance the airship would pass nearby. Sure enough, Lady Leniate informed me that it has been sighted by her scouts. The Archbishop is somewhere in the Sea of Clouds, or was, not long ago. The airship has not been seen since it disappeared in the northern reaches near the Blue Window. Alas, because the region is firmly held by the Vanu Vanu and not easily accessible from Camp Cloudtop, House Halenart has yet to establish a foothold. We will need not only an airship, but a captain bold enough to risk the Beastman's wrath. I think we both know the perfect candidate, Yummy. Let us pay a visit to Master Garland at the Sky Steel Manufactory. I see. Then I will take my leave for now. There are other matters which require my attention. Alright, so we need to go ahead and track down the Archbishop, and Emmerich is going to have his hands full trying to keep the Ishgardian government functional and try to enact his plan of revealing the truth of the Dragon Song War and the origins of Ishgard to the people, and that may not go well. For the reasons that the Archbishop made, the same points that the Archbishop made, and people won't take kindly to being told that their sons, daughters, husbands, wives, brothers, and sisters died for a false cause. And some may prefer the lie to the truth. Alright, so we need to head over and talk to Sid at the Sky Steel Manufactory, but I think we are at the end of the episode here. So we will have that conversation when we come back next episode. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.